That's your client.
Wow. This is a bunny to have pulled out of the old chapeau, isn't it?
I didn't load it, Connie. I swear. I signed for a dozen, and that's what I counted in.
After Nesta finished with you, I picked you up, dusted you down, and gave you the shot. Now, everybody said that I'd be a crazy woman to trust you, and here you are doing a foreigner in our time, in our motor, and in the bloody suit we paid for. You could at least have had a halfway decent pack of lies ready for us when we caught you with your willy hanging out.
Day one working for you, I said to myself, Tara, the old devil, oh, the new. He's gonna grab this shot by both horns and the balls and get it on the ground and keep his knee in its gut and beat its brains out. I wouldn't do it to myself. And more, I wouldn't do it to you.
So what's this? Late present from Santa. Blame it on the Irish tooth fairy, do we?
If I'd known about them, would I have asked you to help me?
I fought for you against all of them. Be him up there, Nesta, my own bloke.
But would I?
You probably forgot it was there. You have been making such mugs of us. Me, since day one. You can't keep track and you're too cocky to bother to try. Well, you hung it out once too often this time, pal. This time I am chopping it off you.
Are you still interested in going ahead with this interview? No guarantees, of course. Our client doesn't see why the fact that you know each other should get in the way of business.
Doesn't she? I rather expected a flat no. There are personal complications.
This is costing our client so much per minute. 2 minutes ago, you said nothing would stay a problem or a difficulty. You wanted the job. If you're not serious about getting back into the fast stream, we'll mark your file. Should we do that? Has all this been a complete waste of time?
It's a question of loyalties.
Oh. Those.
Why should I do it across you? To myself.
Why did the scorpion sting the frog you just talked into taking him across the river, Dev? Because he was a scorpion and he couldn't help himself even though he drowned the both of them.
If it wasn't a mistake...
Oh, no, you see, this wasn't a mistake because this box is too big and square and heavy with the competition's gear to be a mistake.
Somebody must have planted it. Nesta!
Yeah, I'd be prepared to believe that if I had the proof.
Of course I can't have any proof here,
No,
not now.
No, all you've got is your cards, if there still were any, and those lizard shoes and that 200-quid suit I put you in. Here. Have that as well. Maybe all this lot will give you a job, but purely on what you look like, because you would be a dead loser if you were asking for a character reference.
So that's it! It's the suit! And the footwear!
Yeah! And everything else about you, and about me, too, for being such a mug to be suckered by you.
Yes, I'll take the interview.
For real?
Never more so. How could I waste your valuable time? Or your clients?
Have it, you bitch! You never were going to believe me, and I don't want you feeling any of the worse for it. You can go back to the office, and you can say you were wrong and they were right. But when you fired me, at least you came back with all the gear. You need a new head of sales, same size. I love this suit. I loved it. I hope you get someone who can sweat in it as much as I did for you. And I hope you give them the benefit of the doubt. And a chance if they get something wrong and they can't come up with the proof, even when they're boxed in.
It's dramatic, but it's pointless. You see, you can't make the big exit when he's like that.
Do I toss for whether you get the kick out of saying, I'm fired, or I resign?
You're fired.
I resign.
I think you'll find the number 22 runs this way every 40 minutes. got a driving license?
Yeah.
Good. Manifest, keys, routes in the car, you, Newcastle, now.
Is that the Merc?
Yeah, your red letter day. I have fired trainees with 7 A-levels for answering the phone with yes.
I've had one of those days. I've discovered I make a very nervy second murderer, and that I'm never going to do anything like this ever again for you or anyone else, human or otherwise.
Your breath is dissolving my receiver. What are you talking about?
The bitch has just assassinated Dev for doing a foreigner to the tune of 24 assorted items found in a gas box in the back of the header sales motor, and my hand's still shaking down to my feet from putting them there.
Oh, that. Forget it. She's going to have something else wing its way onto her desk any minute now. Smelling strongly, if I'm not very mistaken, of organic fertilizer.
Forget it. What I went through setting it up. I'm not a natural villain, or even villain's mate. I told you that.
Yes, I think I told you came in somewhere between fool and clown. Now, mouth shut, ears open. Chinese cabinet on your left. Keys to inner and outer doors taped under nude bird on desk.
Yeah.
Entire contents of bottom drawer to the house of B as soon as. I'll be there. Are you fit to walk?
I won't know till I fall over, or don't, when I get out of the chair.
Get a cab, but get there. And don't forget...
Get a receipt, no matter how much the driver argues.
It was good. I had a very good interview. For me, for the client, for the consultants. In fact, I think I am the closest they've come to the perfect qualifications for the job.
Except for the fact that you're not going to take it.
The proposition is a good one. It's the setting up of an organization to franchise retail knitwear and general clothing outlets.
Franchise? Isn't that a con trick? Pyramid selling. You get paid per square head of mug you recruit to sign on, who gets paid per square head of mug they sign on, and so on. You said you got to be joking. How dare you're more straight out. Now ask me what sort of a day I had, sweetie. You haven't kissed me hello, by the way.
It is a completely legitimate business. Now, the client has manufacturing and retail interests in knitwear, wants to expand the retail outlets. So, rather than go to the banks for money, she'll go to all those people out there who want to be in business for themselves. She gets a benefit, they get a start. Mutuality.
She? Well done, that lady. I can just hear your sales pitch to the punters.
Connie, it is a tried and tested way to expand. There are hundreds of firms involved in it. The banks are so keen on it, they're offering special financial packages.
You had a good interview. You liked the cut of their jib and they liked you. Sounds like a love feast. What a pity you're not taking the job. What were they offering you, by the way? The position of the mug who takes the rap when the roof falls in?
I would be chief executive, responsible for setting up the franchises.
Well, that is a step up from bookkeeper here, okay, but, chancy.
Very, if I got it wrong. But a challenge.
So's jumping off the post office tower into a welly filled with minestrone soup.
All right. I don't know anything about franchising, but the concept is a sound one. And you tick off the list of what I've done before. In efficiency, finance, in the business here. I am as good as anyone.
Except you don't want the job. You said you would only take the interview to see if you could still face it. You'd say no if they offered. That was the deal. That is what you promised.
Yes. Well, it's not quite as simple as that now.
And what happened to make it not quite so simple?
The client happened.
that good-looking, was she?
Oh, come on, nothing like that.
Well, convince me. You are the fella that stepped off a plane and threw everything up for a strange bird by the time he was out of the car park. So she was a dog, but what a tongue on her. She talked you up a storm, fixed you with her glittering eye and said, show me what you're made of, boy, eh?
Nesta happened. Well, think of who you know in this town with manufacturing and retail connections, who has something to prove by coming up with an idea of her own for once, and one that has so much going for it.
Toss it round the salad bowl, Con. Any way you look, it's a belter.
No.
Think of all the punters out there dying to get into fashion. They've got a grub stake, but they haven't a clue how to get set up. We take a start-up fee and a flat 10% of the gross. Roll that round your pearlies.
No!
Now, I don't want you throwing the crockery at him, thinking he knew who he was coming to see, or me. I was as gobstruck as he was.
No!
Sealed envelopes. You never get the name of the prospect, not till the interview.
She had no idea, neither did I.
And you saw her, and you didn't walk out.
No.
I have come to make an offer, so hear me out. I thought I'd pinch him off you. When the interview started, I was hugging myself. I would offer him whatever it took to get him. Then I remembered her. We promised we'd try and make a go of it, try and make it sisters. And how could I do that by pinching him? Even if only for business. But he is the best, damn it, he is the only prospect I've got. And believe me, this franchise racket is dripping liquid gold. All above board and legit. I swear on her head you could eat your dinner off it. And it's the wave of the future. It guarantees the new House of B another 20, 30 years. And not just in the low to middle range of the market either. This is our one chance to crack it really big. I'm not talking jag big, I'm talking roller big. I'm talking Jersey, tax exile, and winter sun. So let's do it, as sisters. He comes in as chief exec. You come in 50-50. Partners. Damn it, sisters.
And Hector?
If she wants to cut the old man in and he's willing to stop playing the human tortoise, thirds. Oh, okay. But you see how far I'll go. You see what I'm prepared to do to get this thing off the floor.
I can see the business sense. We supply the goods, the expertise.
What you know about property, what I know about finance.
And what I know about sales.
It makes sense. And it keeps us together.
He'd have to travel. We all would. But we'd be anchored here. And there'd be no bust-ups about moving away to the smoke, say, if he ever got itchy feet again.
Now, the rebuilding. It's going to take 18 months at least. You will be sticking straws in your hair with boredom.
Come in with us. Me. For once, I've come up with a belter. You're not going to turn a belter down just because it's me, are you?
I was just thinking about loyalties.
Oh, you'd be keeping your deathbed word to her. You'd be serving the firm.
Narrower sorts of loyalties, simpler ones, I'd have thought, like for your fella, and him for his bird. Maybe I'm just jangling now because I just had to fire Dev for not knowing where his loyalties lay. Granted that he'd know what one was if it was handed to him on a skewer. She knew who the client was.
I saw her even before they introduced us.
You saw her and you didn't walk out, and now she's offered you the job.
No, not just the job. You say the word, I cut him in for a third of the new business. And strictly because of business. You keep that well in mind. Not to put a stripe in anyone, not another installment in the family war. Pull yourself back downstairs and wait for me. I've had some stuff roughed up. Specimen ads, sales pitches. I've got accountants' projections for the next 5 years. There's been homework done on this. It is not seat-of-the-pants stuff. Now, I want the both of you. But if I can't have that, I want this thing so bad, Con, I'll just have the one.
You'll say yes, you'll go in with them, because it does make business sense.
This is the noise of me shaking my head, Mr. Burridge. It's tailor-made for me. It's everything I've been waiting for. In the way of business and in the way of settling old scores, but I'm still shaking my head.
You'll say yes because your man has said yes, and how else do you keep him?
I love that fella, yeah, but... Well, like he said to me, is that enough for a woman like me?
This time with this one, you know it has to be.
Or I end up one of those lonely, high-heeled women.
Another bee waiting for another Hector.
It's amazing how you get to know so much. Just sat here in the Federation office. Do you think that I could end up as wise as you if I sat very still with a black bag over my head?
We shouldn't want that.
One of us in town's enough.
And one needs someone to do one's living. And one's loving for one.
Not to mention the hating.
Not to mention the hating.
How is he?
Still missing his little pin-up.
Oh, that must be nice for him.
Well, it's for my benefit, so I never forget I'm anything but second-best flesh. He's only here for food and a roof. You can't trust him.
No. I found that with Dev. When I got back, I smelt a gold rush. Never mind about the falling in sewers and the 18 million unemployed. Talk about the 30s all over again. There were people then that didn't know there was a slump going on. Like now. There are spoons going in the gravy up to elbows. It is the Klondike out there. If you've got the stuff, and if you're prepared to mine the punters for everything they've got. I'll come in with you on that understanding. On those terms.
What others could there be? Looks like it's sisters again.
Sisters. Oh, my giddy aunt.
I'm coming in. Just be aware if you're gonna head up this team that you're gonna have to cut the mustard, Mr. Balance Sheet Man. Give 110 at home nights as well as at the office.
Hold this. Fix it. I'm not paying you 55 quid a week for this kind of shoddy work. You ship out or you ship out. This afternoon, I thought,
If ever an idea fell off the back of a lorry, this is a con job, this.
Well, you should know.
I was into fiddling, never crime.
Only because you never had the strength of character for it.
And you know it's a con job. And you're rating every dirty word.
This is not convincing enough. It's not been worked on hard enough. When you apply for a fast food franchise, they don't just grab your money and sling you in among the hamburgers. They grill you. They send you to Hamburger University. And the site. They check your potential site by having someone stood outside it, checking how many people use the street. Families with 1 child, 2 children, teenagers. Every category of potential sales multiplied per pence profit per saving on French fries. This is amateur. It doesn't impress. I'm surprised you're okay there. I'm surprised you floated it. If you want to make roller money, you gotta put roller money in.
Right. Now, if we could have one shop, a flagship, prime position showing the promise.
She's the property queen.
You got the shops?
We could take the punters there and show them what they could end up with, even with us taking 10% of the gross.
Have 2. I'll rip the insides out, put in the best gear and girls.
Have you got the money for it?
Every shout I've matched. And will do.
She's gonna grab this off you. Like you grabbed her shops. That's the only reason she said yeah. She's wiping the floor, walls and ceiling with you. Not forgetting the gungy bits round the light switch. And that's interesting. Because it answers something I always wondered about. In the survival of the fittest, is it always the natural-born bitches, like yourself, who win out? Or is it the ones that life and fellas have made?
Arnie, spare me the boyish charm. Dev wrote the book on it. And he was worlds better in that department and all.
I could fall for you myself.
There'd been enough chat with you keeping down here.
That was only to ambush Lisa, if she showed again.
Not her. Doesn't know me name. Know me face. Know me ears. Lisa? Lisa who? See? Doesn't hurt anymore. Nothing lasts. Like a great man once said, everything matters, but nothing matters terribly.
Who said that?
Me.
The jacket of Monsieur.
Da!
Back on the old stand, eh?
Ready to fight all the fellas and screw all their birds.
I still think the double-breasted.
Never trust the woman in the car in front if she's wearing a woolly hat. Or a fella my age in a double-breasted jacket. You pulled me through, haven't you? I'll make it up to you. Someday.
Thanks. I'm going hunting, too. I still have unfinished business out there, same as you.
If I show signs of having trouble getting through that door...
I'll kick you through it. And you wouldn't want to waddle back to the old firm with my size 8 ringing in your bum.
Waddle? Cheeky. Listen, there's the young piece does the bagwash alternate nights downstairs. The low-slung sports model in the spray-on denims.
You're on. Want to start on account of your age?
I was thinking you'd need one because of your youth.
Good luck.
What can I say, but you better get it right.
Hello, mugs. Well, you gotta be mugs, haven't you? We've taken a tenner a knob off you already for what appears to be a guided tour of a bomb site and a plate of salad. And now here's someone you've never seen before in your lives, stood on her hind legs, calling you mugs to your faces. Oh, what a bunch of losers. What a bunch of no-hopers. Well, you are, aren't you? You work for someone else. You must do, otherwise you wouldn't have bitten at our ads. You are the mugs who work how many hours a day? How many weeks a year for someone who only thinks of you once a week or once a month when your pay packet or salary check is due? And then only to have a snigger at you. You still stood here, all of you. Or maybe there's hope. Maybe you're not all terminal cases. Mr., Mrs., or Ms. A get up in the morning, grab a bike, grab a bus, beat the hoot about that much, beat their head against a desk, bench, till the lunchtime hooter goes, grabs another bite, beats the hooter by that much, beats their head in again until the rush hour bus, grabs his pint, grabs his missus, grabs his 8 hours sleep. He sleeps like a newborn babe because he knows it's all taken care of for him, so long as he can keep his job and his nose clean while he's doing it. Mr., Mrs. or Ms. B get up when they like. Look over the garden, look over the new car, drop in on the shop, drop in on friends, drop round at the golf club, look over some figures, go to a favourite restaurant, charges it to the firm's account, and may not sleep one wink because they're a one-man band. The buck stops there. And that bump in the mattress that stops them from having their 8 hours of the dreamless is called responsibility. Now, we are looking for Mr., Mrs. or Ms. B. Those people that would exchange 8 hours of the dreamless for the satisfaction, for the pride of being in business for themselves.
Hallelujah.
We don't care what you were before. We would rather you didn't know anything about the fashion and knitwear business. We would probably turn you down if you said you'd had a go before. We don't want people that want to go. We want people that want to win and don't mind a few sleepless nights. I will find you the site if you can't come up with it yourselves. Either your own shop or a spot in a department store. This is Mr. Jameson. David will fix your financing, guide you through the money jungle, show you just why the bank's advice not to borrow more than 2/3 of your startup stake is nonsense. You fix your systems for me. Plan your work. It's not in our best interests to have you be a lousy advert for us. Plus, we want our 10% to be of the biggest gross that you can pull in. So, once that line begins to dip, you get her on your doorstep. And if she can't fix it, it cannot be fixed. You are looking at the greatest backside kicker in the business. And our promise to you is that we will kick our own backsides and yours as hard as anybody else's, if that's where the trouble lies. Now, we are off round the country soon, offering this chance, offering the worry, the aggravation, the hassle, the sheer hard slog of being your own boss with your redundancy money or your life savings on the line to the others. You can get in on the ground floor. First chance to get the pick of the sights. First chance to say, when somebody asks you, what do you do? Who do you work for? To say, me. I work for myself, me. I'm self-employed. I'm my own boss. And I'm doing all right tar for me and mine.
Hello.
Hello.
I've something to deliver to Arnie.
That's Dev, who used to work here.
Dev, who used to work in a lot of places. Jane? Are you still riding that job?
I'm just walking out on the empty office. She doesn't like my designs. She wants a new look, from front display to stockroom, including show cards and fittings, by Monday. But the way she asks...
She always did like to curl her finger around the trigger of that flamethrower. Are you there alone?
Yes.
How would you like to leave in style and put one across her at the same time?
Yes.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. And why don't you clear a few things off her desk? I noticed you a lot around the office. Jane?
Yes?
I often used to wonder what that olive skin of yours would shade like with that smooth veneer on that big desk.
I signed 5.
Definite.
Definite enough.
I've got 3 and 3 more breathing heavily, but not ready to sign yet.
She got it right, I'll give her that. They were standing on chairs, throwing money at us.
Very impressive.
You were in.
You must have been proud of her.
No, that's not the word. Not proud.
Don't lock it.
I'll be back when this blows up, never fear. You girls eating? Follow the executive hatchback in the yard. Surf and turf, the priciest joint in town. Steak under scampi, and the last one in the jacuzzi to work it off's a city.
Shy so sudden.
Now, wasn't that better than just walking out?
Well,
You're a window dresser.
that was how I started out. Display assistant, please.
Well, let's give her a window that will really get noticed.
The North, Midlands, Southwest.
Tomorrow the world. Why not? Got a good product, all we've got to do is sell it.
Who's minding the store? The key to the executive loo already.
Mops and buckets are just inside the door.
To who?
We do need those training stores ready within the month.
And you'll get them?
And they have to be class, no corners cut.
Marble temples.
I think we should do a PR splash when we open. Get a celebrity in.
Ronnie Biggs, Lord Lucan.
Not helpful.
Appropriate. You gonna be all right? Doing all that mileage? 3 presentations a day? Him and me could split it between us if you're not up to it.
I'll do it, and I'll bring back more sculpts than the two of you put together. I said I'd make a go of this. Just don't expect me to be proud of the message I'm selling just because that's the racket I'm in. I did not come back for this. You are back. It is your racket. And him and me are telling you, you are lumbered with it.
Bye.
Do you mind? You've got to knock like a VAT inspector onto a dead cert. Miss Bagwash. A very nice young lady in the sales, promotions and trades exhibitions line who's telling me about a disillusionment with show business at considerable length. What are those?
Nestor's confidential files.
Have you been a naughty boy?
I've been doing a little freelance window dressing. I think I might have a talent in that line. I went for these thinking I'd give Nestor some grief for old time's sake.
You're all heart.
I was going to dump them, hoping Arnie might get some of the flack for not minding the store.
I didn't tell you about the time I went up for a cat food commercial, did I? Got a friend. Hello.
Hi. I decided to take a shifty through.
You got a glass of water? Champagne, brandy, and that Mexican drink you showed me do make you thirsty, don't they?
Through there. One or two things caught my eye. I think you ought to look at.
1 week of our boy, now you're running the factory. Don't screw up.
Came in the back way, did you?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the window then, have you?
I'll take the continental breakfast. Anything?
Can't be sure. I'll have to renew some old acquaintances. Knock on a few doors and people must think I'm dead. It will take a day or two. You'll be all right here?
Take a week. I should think we'll still be on the cat food commercials.
Ooh, look, coffee.
Black or white? If you bump into Arnie...
Hopefully not.
I still have something for him.
Anything I can get you?
Earplugs?
Hello, Morris.
Well,
You can't have been here for 15 years. Connie handles your Federation business. Is she well?
Just now, yes.
Well, it doesn't appear to have burnt the other half of the factory down. None of the staff have risen in revolt. You might have the makings of management.
Oh, let's see the figures.
The figures. I'm looking for confirmation of something.
Business or personal?
Yes.
Do I phone the Ferrari salesman? One each in flame red?
you could set up some coffee.
Yes, boss. Love cast his shadow over my heart.
South and West look very promising.
Not half so good as the Midlands.
Connie?
Oh, the North rose as one man and woman and said hallelujah.
Cracked it, swung it, pulled it off, and popped its cherry.
Yes, I thought it went rather well.
Why was I never told there were so many mugs out there? Mind you, it's not all sugar money. If I see another motel conference room.
If I have another sausage, egg, and chips at midnight.
Well, you will. Over and over until we've suckered every mug punter out there, because that is the racket we're in.
Something has been bothering me. I'd like...
Set me back. I still have a share in the new House of B, don't I? Make room at the board table for a little one. You're not on the board unless things have moved faster than I know since I've been away.
This is not a board meeting of the new House of B. We're reporting back on the franchises.
Well, I should like to call a meeting of the board I'm on. Don't go, will you?
Good to see you back, Dad. I mean that.
Seconded with a straight face, even though you do pick your times.
Congratulations on your innovative approach to window display, Nesta.
Heard about that, did you?
Are they going to prosecute?
I have not heard.
Trouble framing a charge, I suppose. Got to be a first. Publishing an obscene window.
I think I know whose hand was in it.
Amazing the positions you can get those dummies into. It's a tribute to the craftsmanship of their makers.
Is this on the agenda, Dad? We are pushed.
You must be. Ah. Oh, I left some papers in my car. Front seat, lad.
1 week managing director, then back to bellhop. Oh.
The figures? Sales reports, update on the rebuilding. Your paddy's rained off. Don't see much activity on the site.
Oh, well, I'll get on to that now I'm back. Rejects are up again.
Can't take care of everything, can you? Not when your attention's elsewhere.
We have done more in the past few days to secure the future of this firm than was done in the past 10 years, barring the months that Connie was in charge. You don't approve of the franchises. You don't want any part of them. You are not entitled to frown at them in the board's time.
That's right. Now, anything you want to raise strictly on the new House of B business?
Accounting.
Yes?
I never did agree with all this, what does Deb call it? Gizmology. God knows what it's doing to the electricity bill. Don't suppose anyone's ever thought of that side of it, let alone the fact the wiring's so ropey we could have another fire here. All this stuff gobbling up the 10-penny pieces.
You're not seriously suggesting that we discuss this a good 2 months after it's been installed?
Hardly working.
Debugging. Trying to find out what's been scrambling all the eggs.
Told Dev to deliver 73 million dozen samples the other day.
You're very thick with Dev.
We can't get a straight answer out of it. You ask it anything about the bookkeeping.
Uh-oh, something has just gone click.
More like bang or crash.
Dad, ask him about the books. He's the man. If anything has been preying on your mind since you've been in unofficial retirement.
Try this. Could it possibly be the electronic accounts you foisted on us are in such a muddle no one, not even you, can say if we're coming or going?
I'll get back on that, as they say.
Try this. Would it be the ravings of a madman to suggest our Nestor wouldn't be above taking advantage of that to rob this firm blind since B's death? I'll go further. I'm saying it's only the fact you've been looting us here has kept your bankrupt chain of shops afloat while you've been setting up the franchise swindle. Call me a silly old sod who hasn't been around these past weeks, but I'm a silly old sod who's got hold of her confidential files. And the silly old sod saying these add up to one big round zero.
And 2 bust firms.
I'm out